Hello everyone, welcome to today's video. My name's Erin and today we're going to be talking about summers at the United States Coast Guard Academy. I realized that I'm about halfway through my summer training and haven't really explained exactly what goes on each different summer at the Coast Guard Academy. It's definitely not like a normal civilian college where you're going home or working a summer job. You're doing a lot of different things, and so I wanted to talk about it in more detail and let you guys know what you could expect if you go, or if you're just curious what life is like at a military academy. Go ahead and like this video and subscribe to my channel. Also follow me on Instagram to see what I'm up to. Also, I'm filming outside here on a military base in Washington, D.C., so there's an airport nearby, so if you hear planes or birds or anything of that sort, you know, it happens. Alright, let's go ahead and jump right into the video. The first summer at the Coast Guard Academy, before you even really start the school year, is called Swab Summer, and I've actually made 2 videos about that. You can check them out here. And so that's like the boot camp phase of your cadet career. It really just teaches you the basics of military life that you need to know and breaks you down as an individual and builds you back up with the team that's around you. So that's what Swab Summer's for. Again, check out my other videos if you want more information on that. The other 3 summers at the Coast Guard Academy are really supposed to grow your leadership skills and give you experiences in the fleet, the actual Coast Guard, that'll help you decide what you want to do after graduation and to grow you into that leader that you need to be when you graduate. Each summer is named as the year that you're going into at the Coast Guard Academy. So if you don't know, as a freshman, you are considered a 4th class cadet, sophomore, 3rd class cadet, so forth. For me, I'm getting ready to be a 1st class cadet, a senior at the Coast Guard Academy. So, for example, the summer after your freshman year, before your sophomore year, that would be called 3rd class summer because it's the summer before I'm a 3rd class. So that's how they're named, just so you know that. Let's start there, dive right in. 3rd class summer, what are you up to? There are always a few exceptions to this basic structure, but for the most part, 3rd class summer, you spend half of your time sailing on the Coast Guard's famous tall ship, Eagle, and half of your time at either a small boat station or a Coast Guard cutter somewhere around the US. So for me, my 3rd class summer, we had the really unique opportunity to sail in Europe on Eagle. I actually was super spoiled. We flew to Germany and then sailed from Germany to Denmark, to Belgium, to France. We had a really cool opportunity our 3rd class summer, and I mean, this year, I know Eagle has been to the Azores and they often cross the Atlantic Ocean, and so you spend half your time sailing on Eagle, just getting that basic underway experience, training with a crew who has really good knowledge. Eagle exposes you to a lot of the basic ship handling skills that you need to know. You're dealing with lines and learning the basics of sailing and just how to interact in a crew environment. You're on Eagle with about half of your class and you learn the dynamic of having a division. That's when I got to know a lot of my classmates pretty well and started building those relationships that would last me the rest of my 3 years. So you spend half of it on Eagle, either 1st phase or 2nd phase, and then the second half of 3rd class summer, like I said, you are either at a small boat station or on a Coast Guard cutter. And the idea of 3rd class summer is that you are understanding the role of enlisted members in the Coast Guard. As officers, you are expected to lead those enlisted members, and so 3rd class summer exposes you to what life is like in that role and gives you that perspective that you'll need to have in order to do your job properly as an officer. So at a station, you're working with the small boats, getting communications qualified and things like that. And on a cutter, you're either working with deck force or down in the engine room, working with our awesome enlisted members doing those jobs and learning that role. 3rd class summer is so awesome because it's a time when you can finally apply all of that information that you had to memorize during your 4th class year to actual work. And so all those terms that you memorize, you can actually see them put in action on a Coast Guard cutter and what things actually are and what everything actually means. So it's a super cool time and things just start clicking that summer. You also get introduced to a lot of parts of the Coast Guard that you may not have known about. I, for my second half of the summer, was stationed in Kodiak, Alaska, and so not only was I on a Coast Guard cutter and having experience on that one boat, I also got to see the air station and some other boats in the area and just learn the different opportunities that the Coast Guard has to offer. Then at the end of third class summer, you get 3 weeks of leave, which is consistent with every other summer. You have 3 weeks of summer break, so don't worry, you get a little time off. That 3 weeks is both not a lot and a lot at the same time. In my experience, the longer you're away from home, the easier it becomes to leave each time, and the more and more the academy starts to feel like home. So yeah. The summer before second class year, one of the things that's really big and exciting that happens is you have to re-sign. So if you didn't already know this, you can go through 2 years of the academy before officially owing your 5 years of service. If you decide that you want to go to a different school after those 2 years, you still can choose to do that. But before you enter second class summer, you have to re-sign, and that's when, if you decide to leave, you'll either have to pay back the full tuition that you would owe or serve 5 years as an enlisted member. All right, so I'm about to sign my recommitment paperwork. And I figured I'd video it because I'm here alone. And why not? It's a big deal. God called me to a place, and I'm gonna finish the work he's got for me in the service first. And who knows what life's gonna look like when I turn 27 and or beyond that if I go to flight school. Who knows? But God's in control, and he's gonna use everything for my good. So I'm gonna sign this. Here we go. Say a prayer for me. Rolling right into second class year, there are a few different things that happen. The big thing that happens is you are cadre for 3 weeks. So you are leading SWAB summer for the incoming freshmen, and that's when you really get a chance to test your leadership framework and practice interacting with your peers, because peer leadership is one of the hardest things that you're gonna have to learn how to do. It was a good time. I learned a lot about myself, and I learned a lot about my classmates. It's definitely an exhausting time. You are running around trying to make sure that you have everything figured out and know exactly what's happening because you're in charge. Then there are a lot of other trainings that happen during second class summer. So you spend, usually without COVID, you will spend 2 weeks on what they call coastal sail. So you will be sailing around the academy area, learning how to interact with a smaller group of your classmates. You each get a chance to lead the group and test out your leadership framework and just learn how to sail, which is pretty cool. Also, you have other trainings such as time at an air station to see if you like that, or if you're more interested in naval engineering, you can spend a week doing that sort of stuff. So some of it varies based on what you're interested in and what you're interested in learning more about. Then we had a financial literacy course this summer, which I learned a ton from. I actually even made a video about finances, so if you haven't seen that one, I'll put that one here. Also, we spend some time learning about the rules of the road when you're ship handling, and you have to take a test and pass a test on those rules and the specific things that you need to know in order to drive a boat. So second class summer, you spend a lot of time doing a lot of different stuff, and that's when you kind of start to really feel like the academy is your school. I mean, you're an upperclassman now, you've gone through fourth class and third class year, and you're ready to start leading others. It's exciting, and really, second class summer is what you make it. If you have certain goals, and if you're spending time reflecting on your leadership skills and reflecting on what you're learning, there's so much to be gained out of that summer. And there's gonna be times when you mess up too, and that's honestly part of it. That's part of the whole design. After second class summer, you enter the school year with a different sort of momentum. You've really influenced your SWABs when you have a chance to continue to be an example for them throughout the school year, and it's really up to you whether you're going to enforce and embody the values that you tried so hard to instill into them. And that brings us to first class summer, summer before senior year. First class summer is very similar to third class summer, where it's usually split up half and half. You're spending a lot of time in the fleet, but contrary to playing the enlisted role, this summer is really designed for you to take on that ensign responsibility and get one final chance to explore the fleet before you have to make a decision on what you want to pursue after graduation and after your first unit. There are a few more options for first class summer. So as you may or may not know, I am doing an academic internship this summer. I'm spending 5 weeks here, and then I'm going to spend the other half of the summer on a Coast Guard cutter. There are both civilian internships working with other colleges, or I have one friend who's at an FBI internship. There's also military internships, so I'm at Coast Guard headquarters, but doing something with my major, which is operations research. There's cadets here doing stuff with the government major. You also have the opportunity to pursue being at an air station if you're interested in seeing what an aviation life is like, so you can spend half your time there and again half on a cutter, or you can be on Eagle again overseeing the 3rd class, or you can be back at the academy working in a summer staff position overseeing all of the 2nd class cadre. So there's a few different options here, and it kind of looks different for everybody based on what you're interested in. But again, it's that one last opportunity to see the fleet before you're actually live in it. So I wanted to come to DC and work at Coast Guard headquarters because I knew it would be a place where I'd be interacting with a lot of officers and hearing a lot of their experiences and seeing a lot of different aspects of the Coast Guard, since Coast Guard headquarters is where so many different decisions are made for different parts of the Coast Guard. And so I've really enjoyed my time here and gained that experience, but I'm also really excited to head to a cutter in the next few weeks and see what that is like, playing the officer role. My approach was to pursue the experiences that I haven't had before. Coming to the academy in general has been an opportunity for me to see things that I never would have seen by just staying in state. I love to travel, and I've done lots of that over the summers, and I've met so many different people and met up with people who I already know in these new places. So that's my approach, and it's definitely played out for me, and I've learned a lot, grown a lot, seen a lot, done a lot. Yes. The biggest thing that I've learned this summer is that really no path, both in the Coast Guard or even not in the military, no path is a bad path. And you can get a lot of advice and a lot of input from different people on what's best to pursue and which path would be best. But really, a lot of it comes down to what interests you and where your gifts are and what God is calling you to. And what was best for one person isn't necessarily going to be best for you. And it's really good to get all this perspective and all this information and all of this experience, but really no path is a bad path in life. And if you're doing what you like to do and where you think you can make the most difference and be the most helpful to others, that's where you're supposed to be. So that's kind of a brief overview of how summers at the Coast Guard Academy work. If you have any more specific questions, go ahead and let me know in the comments or on Instagram. On that note, I wanted to briefly talk to those of you who watch my videos but may not have gotten into the Coast Guard Academy this go around, or may have gotten rejected from other schools that they were really hoping to go to. I know that that's a really hard place to be, and I wanted to say I'm sorry, but I also wanted to provide some encouragement, because one thing that I firmly believe is that if God really wants you to be somewhere, He's going to open up those doors for you to get there. And if not, then there's something else that you're supposed to be doing and something else that you can pursue that'll better fit your gifts, that is going to be better than what you may have gotten rejected from. And this can be applied to so many things, whether like you are going through a breakup and got rejected by a guy, or if you're going through college applications and got rejected by a school. Rejection is hard, and I've been there, but I know that every time that I've gone through something like that and it hurt a lot, every single time something better came out of it than I ever could have planned for myself. If you really feel like you want to go to a school and you're set on that and you feel like that's where you're called to, apply again, because you never know. They could see that you're applying again and understand from that second application how badly you want to go to their school and let you in the second time. But also, if you're not going to apply again, go forward in whatever you're going to do next with that same passion that you would have had for the thing that you wanted to do. Don't let the rejection stop you from helping others and pursuing a goal wholeheartedly. I know that my words aren't going to make you feel 100% better, and sometimes it really does take time to get over that certain kind of heartbreak, and it is something to mourn. But I just wanted to try to provide some encouragement because, like I said, I've been there and I know what that's like. And so reach out if you have any questions on that. Message me on Instagram. I'd love to talk to you and just dive deeper into who God says we are and how He wants us to live our lives with that passion and that joy that is uncircumstantial. So this video was kind of crazy. Had to move spots. There's lots of airplanes flying around and the sun is quickly setting, but I hope that that gave you some new information that you might not have known before. And yeah, I am excited to show you some of my adventures in DC next week. Next Monday I'll be putting out a video about kind of everything we've done here. I am thankful that you are taking your time to watch my videos and listen to me. I hope you all have enjoyed the first week of June and are just excited for the rest of summer. I am praying for every one of you just that these videos are meaningful and impactful in some way, and that they're encouraging you to go out and serve others the best that you can with the gifts that God has given you. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of the week, and I'll see you next time.